What do you know about Providence?
Watching him on tape, really doing a heck of a job of ISOing guys and putting guys in best positions to score, playing extremely hard defensively, playing both man-to-man and zone. I would imagine they're going to come out and pressure us in the man-to-man and press a little bit based on the last game. That's what I would guess. But they'll have the zone ready, which last year they played us all zone. I don't believe that'll happen this year. Ed Cooley is one of those coaches, and in my opinion, a great coach that no one knows about yet. What he did at Fairfield, what he's doing at Providence. He could run for mayor up there. They love him. He coaches. He's the kind of coach I respect. That is at tough places, yet does it, and stuff happens, and he still does it. I don't need to see the white shoe guys, and everything's going great, and they're the great. I need to see a guy like him that's down in the trenches and it does his thing and does it right. And I'll tell you what, I think he is as good as they get.
Now, what will this Providence and then the stretch of December games tell you about your team with the kind of competition levels?
Well, I mean, obviously you're talking all ranked opponents or were ranked and will be ranked again. I mean, this is early season. What happens to teams is they have some crazy losses because that's what happens. I mean, none of us are executing the way we want right now, and you play a veteran team that doesn't have the name, but they're a veteran team, and they come out and beat you. Make shots, make threes, play with confidence, been there, and that stuff happens.
Calipari said that sometimes he goes to the line after somebody fouls him, he can hear the other team saying, yeah, that's what we wanted. How important is it for him to have a night like he had the other night and to sustain that? Obviously not 12 and 14 probably.
Well, let me ask you, if he went 12 for 14, it means he's capable of that. So what gets in the way of him making 12 out of 13? So 6 inches between his ears. If you can make 12 out of 13, they weren't like bouncing around and in. He swished them. So he's capable now. He has to have his own confidence, and it's demonstrated performance, which he's had. I say that to other guys on my team, and I've said it for years. Demonstrated performance builds your self-esteem and self-confidence, not me. It's demonstrated performance. Go in and perform. If you play timid, if you play tentative, you can't do it. You're not going to build what you're trying to build to be a significant player.
Does he shoot like that in practice?
He does. There are times that he'll miss badly, and that's just because he's thinking, I may miss this one. Well, not may, you will. So it's all, this game is one where my job is not to make them feel good about bad play. My job is to make them understand how good they can be as an individual player. And the only thing holding them back in most cases, it's themselves.
Don, is there anything you want from a close game that you don't already know about your guys?
Well, what we need is just a hand-to-hand kind of game where a team's not afraid of us, that they make plays and they continue to make them throughout. And then we got to understand, like right now, we're probably getting 16, 17 seconds of possession. There's got to be games where it's going to be in the 20s. And that's going to be as teams get better and you don't get it in transition and then you don't get it and you got to pull it out. And we're trying to create a great shot every time down whenever that happens. Now, if it's a late game, we probably are using 25 seconds to 30 seconds before we do anything unless it's a layup or a dunk. So, that's all stuff that we need and stuff that I see will happen over time.
How has Calipari handled what is sometimes like the Julius Randle treatment, getting a bunch of bodies thrown at him, guys hacking at him?
Well, they all are, though. I mean, Willie's getting it, and that's why I'm telling Willie you got to have a wider base. Carl's getting it. He doesn't sit down. He plays too erect, which means he ends up getting pushed out. Marcus Lee, the same thing. But what do you want the other team to do? Surrender? They're not going to surrender. So they got to fight you. The question is, will you fight back? And if fighting back means, will you get lower than they are? So you have the leverage not to get pushed around. And the minute they work, and you stay down and catch it and score. Then they work, and you sit down and catch it and score. They surrender then. They're not going to surrender to start a basketball game. They're not going to surrender in a half. What you're trying to do is just keep breaking them down. They will not outwork me. They will not outfight me. Or I can make he grabbed my arm. He pushed me out. I mean, okay, next guy. Next man up. You can't do it, someone else here will.
Does Dakari handle that the best right now?
He's getting better. He's getting better. He's not afraid to put his body on people.
Steve Alford said the other day that you guys are pretty close to finalizing a series with UCLA. What's the attraction for you guys in Kentucky?
Well, first of all, we're playing North Carolina next year. And that in the tournament in Chicago or wherever the heck it is, New York City, wherever it is. Playing this year, we're playing UCLA. Next year, we'll play North Carolina. They wanted to take 2 years off because of that. We couldn't take 1 year off because it screws up our schedule. And you won't believe this. This is all based on what we need. Don't care about anybody else. You don't want to play us? Listen, don't play us. So they take off 2 years. We'll plug in UCLA for 2 years. North Carolina has already sent us a contract for after those 2 years off. So this is plugging that hole right now. And it's funny because people are saying our schedule, as a top 5 team, our schedule. What? I mean, I don't know if it's the guy's hope or he really believes when you're playing Texas and you're playing all these teams we're playing, that the schedules, we have as good a schedule as anybody in the country, and we always have a brand new team, and it's fine. It's what we do. That's how we do it here.
John, what would you like to see from your three-point shooting game? I mean, you had some.
Aaron's got to make more shots. Nothing else. Everything else is great. And I expect him. If it's a late game and it's tight, who do you think I'm going to go to? I don't care if he's shooting 12%. I'm going to him. And the reason is demonstrated performance. I've seen it. I know it. I'm not testing the waters with other guys. Ain't happening. So.
Is that a 6 inches between the ears thing too?
For him it is.
In that late.
For him it is. For him it is because he believes he's making it. Everybody in the building believes he's making it. The other team believes he's making it. We just got to create it so he can get it off.
How do you get him in that same frame of mind?
He's in it himself.
35 minutes.
He's in it himself. And that's, again, he'll be fine. What's happening for all these guys, the level of intensity and energy is so high right now, it forces you to play a way you've never played. Now, you understand what it did to Devin Booker early in the season. He couldn't make a shot. He stepped in holes on drives because he had never played with this amount of energy and intensity for a sustained period. Well, this is new to Aaron and Andrew. It's the same deal. It's new to Alex. This is new. It's new to Trey Lyles. It's new to Karl Towns. I mean, they've not played this way, and it starts changing what happens to you offensively. Go ahead.
Might you test the waters on a big shot if you got a healthy margin, just to see how a guy would respond?
It doesn't matter if you have a healthy margin. It's not the same. It is. The game is on the line. I ain't taking any chances. You're shooting it. And they'll know. And if they take that away, then someone else will have to score. But the good news is it'll be a reaction, not a, they're coming to me, oh my God. I went in a huddle one time. I was at UMass, and I drew up this play. And I said, okay, we're going to go this to this. And then we're coming to you. You're getting the game winner. And I looked, and when his knees started shaking and his eyes kind of rolled in his head, I said, hold it. And then I put in a play that no one knew who was going to shoot it. Either you shoot it, you shoot it, you shoot it, or the last guy, if it comes to you, you got to shoot it. We don't even have that play in yet because I have Aaron.
Couple more guys.
Have we seen your finishing team yet? They've talked about that a lot before the season, but the way the scores have that group played.
Well, the one team I liked that we played were the Andrew, Aaron, Devin, and the two bigs. I liked how that team looked. We still haven't figured out how Andrew and Tyler will look together if we need them in there together. But I haven't worked on it. But we did play with Devin and Aaron and Andrew, and I like that team. Matter of fact, that may have been in a short burst of time because it only played 5 minutes, 4 minutes. You know, it was crazy. But we did the stats to our guys yesterday where they saw the blue unit and the white unit real close in points, real close in, and there, you know, a little change here, but it was still the blue unit and the white unit. Everything close, the margin close. The field goal percentage by each team about 25, 24%. I mean, everything is right, you know, and again, the next level of this is, and I told them, I'm not sure we're ready for this. I stood 2 guys up together, Carl and Dakari, you're sharing minutes. Willie, you and Marcus Lee are sharing minutes. You both respect that. You both care enough about each other. You're good with it. But what if the other guy's not bringing it? What if he's not playing with energy? What if he's not concentrating? What if he's not into the game? Are you okay with sharing minutes with that guy? No. Then go take him out. Walk up, take him out, and you tell him, I took you out. And I'll see him, why did he take you out? Man, something.
What's the benefit?
Last question.
The benefit is he says, hey man, not your day. Go ahead. You're not into it. And what the benefit is they're holding each other responsible. And I'll tell you again, what I don't get, if this were other schools, they'd say this is all what college athletics is about. Sharing, team before everything else. Can you imagine? This is about college. This is what it should be. I'd be called before the congressional hearing down in D.C. Coach, what are you doing to make this about college athletics? But instead, the dialogue becomes, he can't keep these guys happy. There's no way these guys can be happy. If it were at other schools, boo, is this great for college athletics? Is this refreshing to see in this me society and narcissism and all that? This is the greatest thing. We all got to follow this team and cheer this works. Well, it's not happening that way. But, all right, I got to go. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Hey guys, in the schedule thing.